Shalom. This is a great parasha because in this parasha, God gives Israel their calling. Do you know your calling? Because we're going to talk about that also in this parasha. In last week's parasha, B'Shalach, we saw the children of Israel go through the Red Sea on dry ground. We saw God do wonders for them. We also saw them grumbling in the wilderness, but God still supplying their needs and learning these two new names of God, Adonai Rofecha, that God is our doctor. He is our healer. And Adonai Nisi, the Lord is our banner, our cover, but also from the word Nes, like He is our miracle. God is our miracle. And so anyway, this week's parasha is Yitro, which is the name of the father-in-law of Moses. He has many names. Among them is the name Ruel, you will see used in the scripture as well. So this week's parasha, it's Exodus 18:1 through 20:23. The Haftarah is Isaiah 6:1 through 7:6 and 9 verses 5 and 6. And the New Covenant portion is Hebrews 12:18 through 24. So we go right into Exodus chapter 18. It says, "Now Yitro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Yitro, Moses' father-in-law, took Moses' wife Zipporah after he had sent her away and her two sons, of whom one was named Gershon. For Moses said, I have been a sojourner in a foreign land. The other was named Eliezer, for he said, the God of my father was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh." So somewhere along the way, Moses must have sent his wife and the children back to her father, maybe just so that they would be out of all of the trouble that the children of Israel were going through. We don't know why, but at this point, his father-in-law brings her and the children back. In verse 5, "Then Yitro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moses in the wilderness where he camped at the Mount of God. He sent word to Moses, I, your father-in-law, Yitro, I'm coming to you with your wife and your two sons with her. Then Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and he bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare and went into the tent. Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardship that had befallen them on the journey, and how the Lord had delivered them." Can you imagine this conversation between Moses and his father-in-law? All the things that he had to tell him. They must have been talking for hours. Yitro rejoiced over all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel in delivering them from the hand of the Egyptians. So Yitro said, "Blessed be the Lord who delivered you from the hand of the Egyptians and from the hand of Pharaoh, and who delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods. Indeed, it was proven when they dealt proudly against the people." Well, the next thing that happens is that his wise father-in-law gives him very good counsel. In Exodus chapter 18, verse 13, it came about the next day that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood about Moses from morning until evening. Now, when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, "What is this thing that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone as judge, and all the people stand about you from morning until evening?" Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God, and when they have a dispute, it comes to me, and I judge between a man and his neighbor, and I make known the statutes of God and his laws." Moses' father-in-law said to him, "The thing that you are doing is not good. You will surely wear out, both yourself and these people who are with you, for the task is too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone. Now listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God be with you. You be the people's representative before God, and you bring the disputes to God. Then teach them the statutes and the laws, and make known to them the way in which they are to walk, and the work they are to do. Isn't that just like how it is with children? Sometimes we would much rather just do the work by ourselves because we can do it so much faster. But the truth is, if we take the time to teach them, ultimately it takes the burden off of us. In verse 21, furthermore, you shall select out of all the people able men who fear God, men of truth, those who hate dishonest gain. Doesn't that just sound like the list that is in the New Covenant concerning the leaders of the congregation, that these are the kind of men that are supposed to be leaders? You shall place them over them as leaders of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens. Let them judge the people at all times. And let it be that every major dispute they bring to you and every minor dispute they themselves will judge. So it will be easier for you, and they will bear the burden with you. If you do this thing, and God so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all these people will go to their place in peace. Isn't that what this life is about? Endurance. And here we get this advice about sharing the burden, sharing the load, and that is one of the ways that we can endure. Now we're getting to that chapter where we're going to be talking about our calling as well. In chapter 19 of Exodus, in the third month after the sons of Israel had gone out of the land of Egypt, on that very day they came to the wilderness of Sinai. In verse 3, Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, Thus you shall say to the house of Yaakov and tell the sons of Israel, You yourselves have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now then, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be my own possession among all the people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words that you shall speak to the sons of Israel. So at that time, God had only revealed himself to the Jewish people. And this was the calling that was on them, that they were to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. But this is the good news for anybody who is not Jewish, because what we see in the new covenant is the calling on everyone who is in Messiah. We see that in 1 Peter chapter 2. It says, you, those who know the Messiah, those who have been set free from sin and have been saved by the power of the blood of the Passover lamb, you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. We're called to be holy. We're called to be priests, serving the Lord and serving other people, a people for God's own possession, so that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be proclaiming the excellencies of God, who's called us out of the darkness of sin into his marvelous light. So, continuing on. In chapter 19, verse 10, the Lord said to Moses, Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their garments, and let them be ready for the third day. For on the third day, the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. Verse 16, so it came about on the third day, when it was morning, that there were thunder and lightning flashes and a thick cloud upon the mountain and a very loud trumpet sound, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now, Mount Sinai was all in smoke because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked violently. When the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him with thunder. The Lord came down on Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain, and the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. And this is this wonderful moment when Moses goes up to the mountain, and God gives him the 10 commandments. Before I go into these 10, we know that there was the story of the man who went to Yeshua and said, Yeshua, what are the greatest commandments? And what did he say? Love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. And as we're going through these 10 commandments, the truth is, if we keep those 2 commandments, if we love the Lord above all, if we love our neighbor as ourselves, we will automatically fulfill these 10. And what are they? Just very quickly in Exodus chapter 20, God just starts off by saying who he is. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. And that's what he has done for all of us who know him, who have found salvation in him. He has taken us out of sin to slavery to sin. Now, starting with the 10 commandments. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Number 2, you shall not make for yourself an idol. Number 3, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. And unfortunately, we see this happening all the time, and what a guard needs to be on our mouth. Number 4, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Number 5, honor your father and your mother. Number 6, you shall not murder. Number 7, you shall not commit adultery. Number 8, you shall not steal. Number 9, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. And number 10, let's say you kept all the others. Number 10 is going to get everybody. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife or his male servant or his female servant or his ox or his donkey or anything that belongs to your neighbor. And if we look at it in today's terms, we are not to be jealous of anyone or what they have. We're not to want someone else's house or someone else's spouse or someone else's car, but we are to be filled with thankfulness and gratitude for what God has given to us for our lot in this life. And then just to finish up here, in chapter 20, verse 20, Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, for God has come in order to test you, and in order that the fear of him may remain with you, so that you may not sin. God has given us all these wonderful commandments to teach us that we would fear the Lord and reverence him, and that we would not sin, that we would become holy, even as he is holy. I hope you have a great day. Shalom.